So we've now established that neoclassicism has a very specific fashion, which is part of the overall societal structure, right? I want to show you for context what the previous fashion that neoclassicism is really rebelling against, so you get kind of an idea of why it's so strict. And I want you to remember that the neoclassical era really comes to its height, it's most fabulous, I guess. I wouldn't say zenith because I don't think it really has crashed in the same way, but it comes into its biggest self in the Napoleonic era. I can never say that right. Napoleonic era. But prior to that, you have the Baroque and the Rococo, two eras of fashion, of culture, of art that are just flamboyant. Just think Marie Antoinette. So remember what happened between Marie Antoinette and Napoleon. These types of class consciousness, class warfare feed into both fashion but politics, right? We know this today. So I want to kind of give you just a little refresher on like what these fashions look like, so you keep in mind kind of what might be driving some of this fashion and style choices, and how people would choose something so clean and like morally pure in response to that kind of situation. So we're going back into our fashion plates book, and I'm just gonna kind of flip from, you know, this is that huge Rococo era. This is actually almost towards the end of it, but whatever. This, you have Baroque era. You need to think like pirates. If you think like Captain Hook, that's very Baroque. But everything moving this way is just loud and fancy colors, and the men are dressed as fabulously. They have as much lace, and here we have a woman dressed in a styled like a man's garb kind of thing. So much fabric, so much extra detail. Like this could have been embroidery instead of, or it could have been an India print, depending on the time, on like the access this person had. All the extra fabric to make this the back of the skirt. These big robes, these are gorgeous robes. I really want one. But giant court dresses. Everything is just so much fabric, so extravagant. And so this is what fashion you have going into the French Revolution, going into the American Revolution, that then dies and becomes the columnar neoclassical fashion, right? Right around here we've got the things are taming down because politics has gotten scary, right? And then you drop into this just cold white sign of purity.